Hello viewers, we are by the sidelines of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Youth Summit, and with me to discuss what is just taking place here is of course the acting UN Resident Coordinator, Mr. Eddie Rowe. Mr. Eddie, good afternoon and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Beautiful. Just in a nutshell, would you want to spell out what the event is all about, as well as what it is that you are hoping to achieve with this awesome initiative, so to say?
Well, as you know, we have this global agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals, which all the nations under the United Nations came together and agreed on these 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Now, I'm very much heartened and excited to see here in Zimbabwe the youth, the young people taking up this challenge to push the agenda of these SDGs, recognizing that it cuts across every aspect of both individuals, households, community, and the nation. And to see these young people taking up this mantle and pushing the agenda forward, you could only hope for a better 2030. And I believe that with what I've seen today, in the different aspects that make up the Sustainable Development Goals, some of these very critical components of the lives of people and the nation, that these people are taking it up and moving with it, it would only result in Zimbabwe moving into that next level, which is a development trajectory. And I would hope that as we continue as a UN to work with the youth, that we would use this as a catalyst to promote further the impact of what the youths are doing today.
Fantastic. Now let's talk about innovation. In light of the Zimbabwean youth, what potentialities do you think, or have you assessed, exist in Zimbabwe as well? What can Zimbabwe do to harness the potential that is within the young people?
Well, I've mentioned this time and time again. Zimbabwe is unique. In the continent of Africa, you cannot find a cadre of well-educated, intelligent mass of people as you would find in Zimbabwe. That is a platform for innovation. That is a platform for transformation. And I can see that from the youths here. The human capital in this country is second to none. All we need is to provide, facilitate this energy that we are seeing beaming from these well-educated, energetic youth into actual results. And that is giving them space, providing the resources for them to move ahead with their agenda, their innovation, their transformation. And that is where the United Nations comes in.
And then lastly, let's talk about the whole initiative to have an African continental free trade area. What is your comment with that is concerned as well? How do you think Zimbabwe can actually benefit?
I think Zimbabwe has a lot to contribute towards this continent, quite apart from the natural resources, the human capital. Now, I can tell you, I've worked in so many African countries, and you would hardly find you in any of these countries where you do not have a Zimbabwean expert, whether a medical doctor, an IT technology expert, or even an advocate. Now, that's a gem, that's a resource which most countries would love to have, and that is what Zimbabwe can offer the continent.
Much appreciated. Thank you so much, Mr.
You're most
Rowe.
welcome.
That was, of course, Mr. Eddie Rowe, who's the UN representative here in Zimbabwe, was telling us about the potentialities in as far as the youth are concerned here in Zimbabwe, as well as the potentialities that exist from an innovation, as well as the contribution of Zimbabwe to the African continental free trade area. Thank you for watching, and ciao.